All right, everyone. It is 6:35, actually 6:36. So if everybody's here and present, we'll go ahead and start. If we got any stragglers, they can join in. I think we're ready. Guys, we can start recording this if you're ready. We're ready to kick this off.
We're recording.
So Teresa, are we recording now?
Yes, we're recording.
Okay. The recording. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to this presentation on the College Avenue Water Main Replacement Project. Of course, he gives that if anyone familiar with the area, there's a lot of construction already taking place in the area. But I want to welcome you guys out this evening to learn more about what we're doing, why we're doing it. And we have a team of professionals that's going to guide you through what we're doing. And at the end, I think you'll be able to ask questions. If you have questions, I think they want you to put them in the chat box. And at the end of the presentation, we will take your questions. Next slide, please. As I mentioned, we have a team of professionals that's going to bring you this presentation tonight, including myself, Mr. Kerry Williams. I'm Deputy Director for ECMS at DeKalb County Watershed. We have Ms. Cassandra Marshall, Danny Mathis, and a host of others that's going to bring you some very good information about this project, when it's going to be done, why we're doing it, and all that good stuff. Next slide, please. Also, I want to extend greetings to any elected officials that we have, including Commissioners Michelle Ong Spears, who's District 2, and Commissioners Edward Terry, who's District 6, this project lies in. I don't think, do we have any representatives from either of these commissioners here tonight? I don't think we do, because typically I'll give you a minute to say a word or two, but since we have none, we're going to keep on moving. Next slide, please.
Hey, Carrie.
So I'm going.
We do have can Carrie here? We do have City of Avondale present if you want to acknowledge them.
Yes. Okay, we do. If we have City of Avondale and any you want to say a word or two, I will pause a minute and let you speak.
Might need is Kirsten and Lori. I don't know if they can unmute themselves, whoever is controlling.
Hey, y'all, this is Ellen Powell. I'm the director for marketing communication for the City of Avondale Estates. Glad to be here, and we are here, but we're here to hear about y'all's project, and so we don't want to get in the way of discussing anything, but just glad to be here.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Next slide, please. So I'm Kerry Williams. I'm Deputy Director. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we do on a daily basis in Watershed. Be quite simple. We bring clean, potable drinking water to your house, and we take the wastewater away. We do it through systems that you can actually visibly see and can't see. And we do this on a daily basis, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Some of the things that you may have seen or have not seen, we have one drinking water plant in the county, which is a risk in itself. That's the Scott Candler drinking water plant located off the Chattahoochee River up in Fulton County, which brings water into our plant, and it's treated there and distributed over 70 million gallons per day. At the same time, we have two wastewater treatment plants in DeKalb County. We have the Snapfinger wastewater treatment plant and the Pole Bridge wastewater treatment plant, both located in South DeKalb, serving the southern half of the county. It actually has a sort of ridge line. The county split in the northern and southern side. The southern side is served by those two wastewater plants. The northern side is treated wastewater is treated by the Atlanta facility, which is the RM Clayton plant, and a small portion is treated by Fulton County as well. In addition to the wastewater treatment plants that we have in the water plant, we also have over 5,000 miles of pipe in this. That's distribution, which brings water to your house, and collections that brings water back to the wastewater plants. We do this on a daily basis. We fix breaks, we fix water sewer lines. That's what this project is, actually replacing that old outdated water line. Next slide, please. Why are we replacing this? Bottom line, we're trying to working to become a more than reactive, and we actually seizing the opportunity to come in and replace this line while the city of Avondale and GDOT have planned projects. That way we disrupt this corridor only once with this by replacing this water line. This water line has been replaced, had repairs on it multiple times. So it's a good time to coordinate with the city and come in and go ahead and get this line replaced. That way we don't have to worry about it no time in the future. So we're going to reduce the breaks in this area, improve the system itself, and we'll probably boost the water pressure for some of the businesses in the area as well. Next slide, please. Not only do we have DWM staff assisting that works on these projects, we have contractors, and we have engineering consultants such as AECOM assisting us. At this time, I'm going to hush, I'm going to take a seat, and I'm going to listen at the rest of the presentation. Right now, I'm about to bring to you the boss of the project, Ms. Cassandra Marshall, who oversees the construction, inspection, management of this project. So Cassandra, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Carrie. Again, my name is Cassandra Marshall. I am the Assistant Director of the Watershed CIP program. In my duties, I'm responsible for overseeing the program, and in addition to that, the construction management activities and the construction management staff. Next slide. So why are we doing the project? Well, the problem is the infrastructure is simply age. It was installed in 1948 and portions of it in 1951. We've been faced with over 57 water main breaks from 1989 to 2024. And you may ask yourself, why do we pick up from 1989? That's actually when we started to record the data of when the main break started. So it could have had many more breaks prior to that. This is just when we have known record keeping. So the solution is simply just to replace the pipes now. As Carrie said, while the Avondale and the GDOT have ongoing project, we only want to interrupt the corridor one time. The scope of the project is to install approximately 7,100 linear feet of pipe. That's a combination of 8-inch, 12-inch, and 16-inch. The 16-inch pipe will start from Sam's Crossing, and we'll go all the way up to Livingstone. The 12-inch pipe will start from Livingstone, going all the way to Lakeshore, connecting the two transmissions mains coming from the tank in Avondale and the newly pipe that we installed for the Scott Boulevard project. Next slide. So this project is a part of the county's $4.27 billion capital plan that the board approved earlier this year. The project is approximately $9.8 million. Just to give you a background on a capital project, it is just simply a project that helps maintain or improve an asset. It can either be new construction or replacement of an existing infrastructure. As I stated earlier, my team is responsible for executing the work and getting it done after the engineering is complete. My team includes 2 construction managers, 12 licensed inspectors. Also, later in the presentation, you will hear from the DWM inspection supervisor for this project, Mr. Danny Mathis, who has over 30 years of construction experience, and he's also a licensed water professional. As Carrie stated earlier, we're supported by in-house staff and along with that, consultant staff. So we do have a consulting firm that helps with our construction management and the oversight of the construction. What we want you to know today is we're here to help. We want to reduce emergency repairs, stop the breaks, protect the environment, and most of all, improve sustainability. Once we've improved or installed this pipe should last a minimum of 70+ years. Next slide. You will now hear from Mr. Danny Mathis, the inspection supervisor, about the construction overview.
Thanks, Cassandra, for the introduction, and hello to everyone tonight. Again, my name is Danny Mathis. I'm the DWM inspection supervisor. Next slide. The method of construction is just a open cut trench excavation. It's just traditional method of pipeline construction, repair, and replacement. Most economical method of construction to achieve the county's desired results for the water main installation. It provides the service best suited to the scope of the project. Next slide. The duration of the project. Community notice went out May 27, 2025. Preparation and mobilization will start Sunday, June 8th, 2025. Construction will start June 9th, 2025 at 7 p.m. This is night work. Restoration paving scheduled for September 2025, and end of construction November 2025. Next slide. Boots on the ground, that's my team. We'll be responsible for the construction activity. We will ensure safety measures are followed. We will ensure traffic control methods are maintained, communicate with residents. We'll ensure proper installation of the new pipeline. We'll also ensure that erosion and sedimentation controls are in place. Next slide. This is just a before and after picture. It just shows how we backfill the trench with GAB and we tamp it in lifts. You'll notice that we're only backfilling the trench, but this picture on the right is the after, where we paved the whole lane. Next slide. Now you will hear back from Ms. Cassandra Marshall.
Thank you, Danny. I will now speak about community impacts. Next slide. So community awareness. I mean, we have these activities down, but you're probably used to it by now from the ongoing construction activities. We will have similar activities also, construction deliveries, construction parking, heavy equipment, dump trucks, hauling off and hauling in materials. For safety and security, you're going to have noise increase, backup alarms, saw cutting, and potentially hammering or knocking of the asphalt to break it up and put it in the dump trucks to allow for the installation of the pipe. What also come with this is the parking. The crews may be parked within the work zone or up and down the streets. But this should be delineated by means of orange cones or barrels. Also, as a security measure, the county requires all of our contractors on site to have an identification badge and marked vehicles. Our work hours are going to be again from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Sunday through Thursday. There are going to potentially be some daytime work on Fridays. And at all time, residents will have access in and out of their driveways or businesses. I think this is more of a business corridor. Any planned water outages, we will give a 48-hour notices prior to doing that. Next slide. Project sign, we plan to put up a sample project sign to make people who are traveling through the community aware of the project. And that project sign at the bottom is just a sample, typical sign. In addition to the safety badges, we do require that the contractor either have marked vehicles, and if the vehicles are not marked, we require them to have a DeKalb County contractor symbol on the side of the vehicle. Next slide. Another awareness, the contractor will provide traffic control to guide the residents through the construction zones. That could be by means of just simply going in and out of the orange cones or flaggers as needed. The contractor has a laydown area at the corner of Memorial Drive in Kensington, where they will store all of their materials and equipment at the end of the day and bring them in. I'm saying it reverse, since he's working at night. He will bring all of the materials in at nighttime to start his work. And again, any planned outages, the notifications will be 48 hours in advance of that. Next slide. You will now hear from Miss Patrice Johnson about public communications update.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Patrice Johnson. I'm the Public Education Specialist for DWM Public Relations Division. I have been with the county for 8 years and I have over 15 years watershed experience. Next slide, please. Ahead of tonight's meeting, you should have received a letter, which is to your left, telling you about tonight's meeting and a little bit more information about the project. With the notifications coming in 48 hours prior to, you will get the center notification, the door hanger, telling you if your water is going to be shut off or whatever's happening with the project. We're also asking that you put your email addresses in the chat so we can capture those so you can be put on our email list for the project. You will get all the construction updates. You'll get a copy of tonight's presentation. You'll get any other updates that are happening or any emergencies or anything like that. All those communications you'll receive through email. So if you could put your email addresses in the chat, that would be fantastic. Next slide, please. A few more communication strategies that we have is the project hotline, where you can call and get information on the project. The website, we have a dedicated CIP project page that will list this project as well as others that are going on inside the county. Social media, we use Nextdoor, we use X, formerly known as Twitter. We use Facebook to send out messages and project updates. We also send out news releases, and we've used the county newsletter called the DeKalb Dispatch. Sometimes we use DCTV. Like I said, Nextdoor, we have project signs that'll be out there. Our contractors will be out there, and you'll also find frequently asked questions on our website. Next slide, please. Here we have our QR codes to stay in touch with us to get more information. I'll leave this slide up for a little while. That way you guys can capture which ones you want to capture, but it will also be emailed to you. So if you want to capture them, then you can. This is for Nextdoor, Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, which you will find this video for this presentation on our YouTube channel, and also the CIP projects page on our website that I was telling you about before. Next slide, please. Okay, this is the contact information for anyone dealing with the project. The first section here for questions is for the project information line that I was telling you about before. It's an 800 number. It is manned, during normal business hours. They also have an email address there. They will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours if you leave a message. The contact information for Ms. Marshall and Mr. Mathis is also located there. You have their email addresses and telephone numbers should you have any questions about the project or during the project. And last but not least, we have our emergency hotline. This is our dispatch department. That's their phone number and their email address. There is someone answering this line 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. During the project, if anything is to happen after hours or any emergency should happen, you can call this number and they'll get someone out there. I'll leave this here up for a second as well. And next slide, please. This concludes our presentation for this evening. Thank you very, very much for joining us tonight. If you should have any questions, you can now place them in the chat and we'll go through and answer any questions that you may have. Okay, we have a question here. Hey, this is Dan with Decatur-ish. This seems like a faster timeline than some of the other watershed projects currently going on. Why do you think you'll be able to finish this project by November? And it was a
Well, I
follow-up,
guess-
hold on, it's a follow-up question. Why not work on Friday and Saturday evenings?
Well, first of all, it's a difference in the type of work between the water and the sewer. Sewer actually takes longer to install. Secondly, the contractor is planning to, if I'm not mistaken, to have 3 crews working at one time to try to knock it out quicker, actually quicker than the 6 months. We're just giving ourselves some time frame in case of weather or anything that could happen to delay the project. No work on Fridays or Saturday, because of course we're working at night. And quite simply, we just wouldn't want to be in bar traffic, that type of thing, where incidents or accident could likely occur.
Okay, the next question, how will construction be managed in the residential area at Covington from City Hall to Lakeshore?
We're gonna have to close a lane, allowing traffic, 1 lane to go at each time. And I hate to say it, there's not much we can do about the noise. We're trying to get in and out as quickly as possible. Honestly, the contractor is saying 3 months. Hopefully it is a 3 months process. But again, we wanted to give ourselves a wider window, just in case weather or anything, slows us down.
Okay, next question. As a business that cannot open if water is shut off and our operating hours overlapping with your planned work times, water required until 10 to 11 p.m. nightly, water shutoffs are critical to us. Are there a planned number of them, expected length of time, of shutoff time, excuse me? How much in advance will we be made aware of the shutoffs? We have had issues in the past, over the past 2 years with water being shut off without any notice.
So when we're shutting off water without any notices, those are just main breaks. There's no way for us to give a notice. We can only just react and fix the repair. In this project, anything that is a planned outage, we plan to give you a 48-hour window. Typically, that's only in 2 cases. One case is when we're swapping over your service from the old line to the new main. And there are times when we're doing tie-ins, connecting the old line to the new mains that may cause service interruptions. So the service connection swap overs, that's typically 15-30 minute deal. The tie-ins of the old main, that can last anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. So we generally do all of that at the end of the job. So you shouldn't encounter that through the construction unless there are emergency repairs. And you may want to brace yourself, because we probably are going to have some emergency repairs. There are utility lines under the ground that we have no records of, but we kind of know it exists because we have been working and patching on it. So our contractor will be responsible for taking those lines off of service, connecting all of the new homes, businesses to the new line, and with something that becomes a trial and error, trying to figure out, well, where does this line go? Well, who is tied into this? How do I get them over here to the new main?
Okay, next question. Will this fix the seeping leak at the southwest corner of the intersection of Sam's Crossing at East College?
I'm not aware of a leak. If it's a water main, it should. If it's a water main, we're going to Sam's Crossing. So anything that's leaking there, that should be on this contractor.
Okay, this is just a comment. Thank you for setting up an email list. The Georgia Power text notifications have made a big difference for the residential customer. Glad to see DeKalb Water Sanitation installing this. It's been so difficult to get timely information on boil water notifications. And then she left her email address. Another comment, wow, that's interesting on the 3 crews. Another question, will businesses be blocked for long periods of time, like for an hour or more?
Are we talking about blocked driveways? If we're talking about blocking a driveway, yes, the installation of the pipe is of course linear. So at some point in time, a driveway will be blocked. But again, this is night work starting at 7 p.m. And before we block driveways, we will consult or talk to business owner to make sure we're not interrupting anything that's critical.
Another question, does the contractor get a bonus for finishing early?
No.
Another statement, thanks for doing this proactively. The next statement, a recent shutoff was not a planned emergency outage confirmed with your staff. Next question is DeKalb Water considering setting up emergency notifications, even if it's a water main break? You know, there are affected and can possibly find customers involved and send emails or texts. I'll take that question. Actually, that's why we have you following us on Nextdoor. Anytime we have any emergencies and our social media, anytime we have any emergencies or anything like that, we always post them on Nextdoor and to our social media pages. So if you're following us, you'll get those updates. Especially with Nextdoor, if it happens in your specific area, we can centralize those notifications to the area that the emergency is happening in. I would think you could find customers affected by info in accounts. Next question, will buses, fire department, police be rerouted?
No, I would say typically when we're working in an area, especially a congested area, I think the contractor reaches out to emergency agencies just to make them aware of we're working in the area. And if a call comes in, they would already know to go a different route.
Okay, another statement, I was not aware of info on Nextdoor. Yes, we use Nextdoor a lot, especially like I said, when it's a specific area, we can post that information for that specific area if there's an emergency or anything like that. And I don't see any more questions in the chat. If you have any more questions, you can go ahead and keep posting them. We're also going to bring up the communications, the contact information page, so you can get that information as well. And if you haven't done so, please add your email address to the chat. All right, I don't see any more questions. Carrie, you can go ahead and take it away.
All right, well, you got one more question.
We just got one more, yeah. What happens for folks not able to be on Nextdoor? I'm not trying to complain. I just wonder why it cannot be more direct. So, and for people who are not on Nextdoor or on social media, that's why we asked for your email addresses. If there's anything going on in that area with the project, you'll get an email for that. Other than that, we would not know how to contact you if there was an emergency going on that's why we use those platforms. And we also send out news releases.
Well, somebody had a good suggestions, the phone numbers. Anyone who has an account, the phone number is attached to the account. So we do have a phone number for pretty much everybody who has an account. And I think he wrote that. So we may need to look into that a little further.
Yeah, that's something we can look into.
Got another question.
If other residents or businesses want to add their email, should they send their email to? Who should they send their email to? They can actually go back one slide, Teresa. I'm sorry, they can send it to the project hotline, the project email address that's on the screen now, projectinfo@dekalbcountyga.gov. They can send their email addresses to that. Businesses can, HOAs, all of that can send their information to that email address and you will be added to the list. No problem. One comment, yes, that is what GA Power does, texts. And then another thank you. That's what I meant about GA Power system. They use their phone, they use your phone direct. Yeah, we'll have to look into that. That's not something that we currently use, but it's something we could definitely look into. Any more questions?
Hey, let's see.
Oh,
Okay, since no
right.
more questions are coming in. So I want to go ahead and just thank you again, everyone again for attending this meeting, this informative meeting that you've heard. The presentation, I think they will, it was copied and you have the location where this presentation can be viewed at. You also have the contact information of the people on this call as well. And so I want to thank you. Yes, we're going to make this as painful and do this as quickly as possible to get this done and out your way, along with the Avondale project as well. So I thank you for spending a little time with us this evening to learn more about this project. And I wish you all a good evening and a good night. Thank you. I see some comments still coming in.
Just thank yous. And considering the, the text message,
Okay.
please do.
But other than that, if no one has any more comments or questions, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.